Hello and welcome to Club Bayside at Home. I'm Rob Fisher and I'm delighted to be here with you. Although it's not as good as being there in person, it's going to have to do right now. But it's a way to share some music, share some thoughts about music, and just stay connected. Martha Gilmer called me soon after she arrived in San Diego to brainstorm about ways to present music theater to her audiences, especially the ones in the summer, in that gorgeous Bayside location next to the water. So in 2017, I came out with the orchestra with San Diego Symphony, presented music from musicals by Jerry Bach and Sheldon Harnick. And the whole second half of the program was a shortened version of Fiddler on the Roof, starring Danny Burstein, who just starred in it on Broadway. The next summer, 2018, we featured George Gershwin musicals. And we were able to have Norm Lewis, who had just starred as Porgy and Bess, and Robbie Fairchild, who had just starred in dancing his butt off in An American in Paris on Broadway. Then last year, we had a beautiful program with the symphony. Laura Osnes and Jason Daniely joined us, and we presented songs from Richard Rodgers musicals, both his Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals and Rodgers and Hart musicals. Over the course of the 3 summers I've been at Bayside, I've learned that there's an extremely passionate and extremely knowledgeable audience for music theater. And we were looking forward to presenting a program as part of the opening of the Shell, completely devoted to Broadway. I would now like to bring on a guest to join me here. And she is someone that would have been with us to open the Shell this summer. And I'm sure she'll be back once the Shell is open. And she's appeared once before with the San Diego Symphony. This is my good friend, Bryonha Marie. Hi, Bryonha.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm very, very well. I'm staying positive. I'm in a happy place. We're good. We're very good.
Right. That's the way to be. One of the reasons I thought you'd be a great guest for them is because you're such a versatile performer. I mean, I'm going to make you blush, yeah. But I wanted to mention that in relation to the orchestra also, because I asked the orchestra to play all kinds of music, and I need them to play the Carousel Waltz just as brilliantly as they play a Mahler symphony. And do I remember it right? You grew up playing the violin?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I started in 5th grade. I played up and through high school. I took private lessons and, my mom thought it was like pertinent that I get a good musical ear with an instrument. So yeah, I play the violin. It's so random and nobody really knows that I do it.
Now a whole bunch of
Here we go. Here come the job offers any moment now.
Don't you think that increases your versatility? And don't you think that makes it easier and quicker to learn music when you got to learn music in a hurry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've never been like a great sight reader. So it developed my ear really well. And I also had this exposure to classical music that a lot of my peers did not have, or a lot of my peers, when I do certain shows on Broadway, don't have. So it definitely has put me kind of ahead of the class.
And I think that might be one of the reasons that you appeared with the San Diego Symphony. Tell us about that experience.
My last time out was in December of 2018. I was there for the Noel Christmas concert series. But yeah, I've spent one Christmas season with you guys.
And tell me this, that was not all Broadway music, if I remember. I didn't get to see the concert, but I heard about it. Tell what kinds of non-Broadway things did you sing?
Well, I got to sing Ave Maria, which we love, classic. I've sung that at many a friend's wedding. I got to sing, what else? Oh, I sang a Josh Groban song called Believe, which I think went well. Because I sang it in Josh's key, so I don't know. And then I got to showcase my acting chops. I got to narrate The Night Before Christmas with a full symphony. So that was actually one of my highlights, is sitting in a big comfy chair and narrating.
That's fantastic. I just wanted to mention our first experience together was Candide at Carnegie Hall,
Oh,
wasn't it?
yes.
I know we did
Yes, yes,
before that, but I think that was the first thing we did together.
yes.
And that's performing musicals in concert is a passion of mine, and a lot of my life has been devoted to it because it's possible to get really great casts together for a short period of time. And I know in the future, San Diego, at their new shell, will present a musical in concert. It's hard to say how quickly that's going to happen until things are back up and running, but it'll be spectacular to do it out there. I can't wait till we can be out there and share it. In the meantime, we'll do some events large and small to continue to present Broadway music, Great American Songbook music, because the audience, like I said, they're just passionate for this stuff, which makes them my kind of audience.
Yes, me too.
So tell me a little more about a couple of your other Broadway shows.
My most recent was Prince of Broadway, which was the retrospective piece for How Prince. And I developed that in 2015 in Japan at our very, very out of town tryout. And then we came back 2 years later and got to do it on Broadway at the MTC, the Friedman. So yeah, that was my most recent credit. But I've also been in After Midnight. I'm speaking of Porgy and Bess on Broadway and Norm Lewis. I was in that as well. The revival of Ragtime, Book of Mormon. I've been very, very blessed.
Hal was there, right? You worked with the man.
Yes. He was, first of all, Hal is the most, and I say is still because I cannot believe that he's gone, but he is the most energetic, passionate person I may have ever worked with. And he's a morning person. So he would show up ready to run the show every morning at 10 a.m., like go at 10 a.m.
You're saying that like you might not be a morning person.
I'm an actor, Rob. So I'll leave it at that. But he was just always early for work and ready to go, dressed in a suit and his Prada tennis shoes, just like so loving, so brilliant, had a beautiful eye for pictures and moments, which is, I'm sure, why he was so successful. 21 Tony Awards. It's ridiculous. And he really, I loved working with him, being directed by him, because he had such a great eye for moments. He would tell you something that might not make sense at the time. And when you would hit that time in the song or that special moment, you would just do what he said and the rest of it would click in. And it was something that I got on board with. I trusted because he's such a genius. And that was a really cool experience. So my big thing was closing out Act 1 with Cabaret from Cabaret, which, as most of you know, is written by John Kander and Fred Ebb. And John Kander is actually a good friend of yours and I's as well.
So I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second just to talk about our most recent experience together. Was at the beginning of this year, we did a new symphonic version of Chicago, the musical, which might be coming to San Diego one day. And we did it where? And why was that important?
Well, Rob, we did it in Kansas City, Missouri. And it was a huge deal because, number one, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And really the most important thing is John Kander is from Kansas City. So and it was
he joined us for the weekend. It was brilliant.
Yes, it was so incredible. And he was so supportive, because this is a really new version. And we got to act out all the scenes on stage and dance as well. We had original Chicago company members, which was really cool. So yeah, I have to say I'm pretty spoiled. I've been very spoiled.
I think maybe we've whetted their appetite for actually hearing the song. You feel like belting out a number in your living room? I mean,
when do I not, Rob? Okay. When do I not?
Then here we go.
Here we go. Here's Cabaret from Cabaret.
the wine, come hear the band, come blow your horn, start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. No use permitting some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. I used to have a girlfriend known as Elsie, with whom I shared 4 sorted rooms in Chelsea. She wasn't what you'd call a blushing flower. As a matter of fact, she rented by the hour. The day she died, the neighbors came to snicker. Well, that's what comes of too much pills and liquor. But when I saw her laid out like a queen, she was the happiest corpse I'd ever seen. I think of Elsie to this very day. I remember how she turned to me and said, what good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. And as for me, I made my mind up back in Chelsea. When I go, I'm going like Elsie. Start by admitting from cradle to tomb, isn't that long a stay? Life is a cabaret, oh chum, only a cabaret, oh chum, and I love a cabaret.
Thanks, Bryonha, for doing that. And thanks, Dick Sarpla, for joining us on the bass. And apologies, Bryonha, for my out-of-tune piano. And thanks to all of you for your continued support of the San Diego Symphony.
We hope you enjoyed this video.
Please look for the next Club Bayside at Home newsletter in your inbox.
In the meantime, be safe
Be smart,
and stay healthy.
so we can see you as soon as we can in your gorgeous new shell.
Live and in person.